This tells the story of two different high school students, a class topper and an average schoolboy. They got together by fate, but now what will happen to their relationship? Let's find out in this anime. Angel Next Door. The anime begins with a depressed boy named Fujimiya walking home with an umbrella in his hand. It was raining at the time, and he noticed a girl sitting on a swing. She looked sad, so he went towards her and asked her why she was sitting on the swing during the rain, as she might catch a cold. While saying this, in his mind, he says, it was the first time when he talked to Mihiru Shina. Mihiru Shina is not only the most beautiful girl in their school, but she is also the top of their class. Suddenly, Mihiru Shina says that she wanted to be here in the rain, which is why she is sitting here. Fujimiya doesn't listen to her and went home after giving her his umbrella. The next day in school, he was sitting on his bench and was continuously sneezing. When he saw her again, he saw Mihiru Shina. Students in the class were calling her an angel. He says yes. She was given the nickname Angel because of her cuteness, and everybody in the class had a dream of dating her. But for boys like him, she was completely out of reach. After school, when he was walking home, he again saw Mihiru Shina, who came to give him his umbrella. But after seeing his condition and realizing that he had fallen ill because of her, she decided to help him in his recovery. He refused to take her help, but because his condition was really serious, he accepted it. When Mihiru opened Fujimiya's house door, he saw a lot of garbage in there. It was all because Fujimiya lives alone and is careless. She says she will come back in some time, and until then he should change his clothes. In his mind, Fujimiya says that he can't tell anybody in his school that the angel lives next door to him. After that, Mihiru came to his house and made food for him. While eating, he was thinking something, so she told him that if he was thinking that she would feed him, so she does not provide services like that. He says that he was thinking because he did not expect that she could cook. Mihiru explains that she lives alone in her house, which is why she knows how to cook. He then asks her why she was sitting alone in the rain. She explains that she was just cooling her mind in the rain, and says sorry to him as, because of her, he has caught a cold. Fujimiya accepted her apology and told her to go home. Both were strangers the next day at school, and after that at night, Fujimiya was drinking juice on his balcony when Mihiru asked, "Is he going to have that for dinner?" When Fujimiya said yes, Mihiru felt pity for him and gave him some food he had left. Fujimiya felt happy and thanked her. The next day, he went to her house to return her lunch box, and she again gave her food to eat, but when Fujimiya refused, Mihiru persuaded him that she enjoys cooking for others, so he should take it. Fujimiya accepted her word and took lunch from him. From that day, Fujimiya regularly started eating Mihiru's handmade food. Fujimiya's diet has changed, and he is beginning to look healthier. One day, when Mihiru came to take her lunchbox from his house, she saw that Fujimiya was trying to clean his room. So she decided to help him, and the two of them cleaned the entire room with the help of each other until the evening. As it was quite late and there was no time to go shopping, Fujimiya ordered a pizza to be delivered to her home. Mihiru seemed surprised after seeing it. As she had never eaten a pizza before, Fujimiya asks her if her parents don't allow her to eat. She says in her home there is a cook who makes everything, so she has not eaten a pizza outside. Fujimiya felt happy while seeing her eat it, and says that she prefers this version to the cute version at school. Mihiru blushed after hearing this. After that, Mihiru went home, and both went to sleep. The next day, when Fujimiya was coming back from school, he saw Mihiru sitting again in the park. When he went to her to ask why she was sitting there again, she hesitated and explained that she was trying to rescue a cat from the tree, but got hurt. He hurried and got first aid for her and bandaged her foot quickly. After that, he gave his jacket to her and told her to cover her face, so that no one could see him carrying the angel. After that, Fujimiya took Mihiru to her home, and it seems like Mihiru feels something for Fujimiya. After getting home, Mihiru thanked him. The next day at school, Mihiru smiled after seeing Fujimiya, which enraged the boy standing next to him, who claimed that an angel had smiled for whom. Then, after school, Mihiru came to Fujimiya's house and returned his clothes and food. While taking the food from her, Fujimiya says that students in school were fighting because you smiled at them. She says, "I know I am cute, but people should not just fall for looks." Fujimiya was surprised after hearing it. After that, Fujimiya says that he wanted to eat fresh food, so Mihiru told him that if they would divide their pocket money, she could cook at home. Fujimiya blushed after hearing it, and said that she was not scared about her safety, so Mihiru said that if he tried anything on her, she would crush his nuts into pieces. Fujimiya felt scared. After that day, Mahiru and I divided their expenses, and Mahiru started cooking in his house. One day, when Mahiru was cooking, Fujimiya thought that she had gotten a wife for him. The following day at school, they had an exam, and his friend asks him about his test, and he says it was horrible and not very good, and his friend Atsuki says then you also came in the top 30. So he says he is not busy flirting with girls, which is why he got into the top 30. He saw that Mahiru's birthday was in 4 days, and wanted to give him a gift. When he asked Mahiru, she said she wanted a sharpening stone. He asked Itoki and Chidis at school to help him get a gift for her, because he couldn't tell them her name, and he explained that her friend's birthday was approaching, and he wanted to give her a gift. He bought one for Mahiru after Chidis suggested she get her some gifts. When her birthday came, Fujimiya gave her the gift. Mahiru said that she doesn't celebrate her birthday, and how did he know about it? Fujimiya claims she dropped his ID, and he obtained it as a result. Fujimiya says if she doesn't celebrate her birthday, she should take it as a gift for working for him. Mahiru accepted it and opened it, discovering a hand cream inside. Fujimiya says that you work really hard, that's why I brought it, and when Mahiru saw inside the bag, she saw a teddy bear. Fujimiya says if you don't like it, you can throw it away. Mahiru says I would never do that because I have never gotten a gift before. When Fujimiya asked why she says she gets nervous when she accepts gifts from strangers, Fujimiya said, but you took it. Because you are not a stranger, says Mahiru. After hearing this, Fujimiya blushed and wanted to pat Mahiru's head, but he restrained himself. After that, Mahiru says thank you to him, and the story continues. Now, the next day, Fujimiya has a surprise visitor. When Fujimiya opened the door, he saw his mother. She has come to see her son and inquire about how he is doing. Fujimiya was extremely reluctant to allow his mother entry. But after some convincing, he let her in. The neatness of Fujimiya's home impresses her mother greatly. She was also surprised to see her son's healthy appearance as she prepared to enter Fujimiya's bedroom. He stops her and says that he doesn't want to show her some very embarrassing things inside. At the same time, we see a video from 5 minutes earlier that shows Fujimiya telling Sheena to hide in his bedroom because he doesn't want his mother to see them together and make any wrong assumptions. Fujimiya's mother went into the room because she thought he was lying to her. Inside the room, she saw Sheena, who was sleeping. Her mother was taken aback when she saw Sheena's angelic beauty. She thinks the girl is Fujimiya's girlfriend. Fujimiya says that she is just a friend. He advises her not to romanticize every girl and boy's friendship. Sheena wakes up after hearing the conversation. Fujimiya's mother asks, "What's your name?" She calls herself Sheena Mahiru. Fujimiya's mother liked her name so much that she told her to start calling her mother from now on. After that, Sheena tries to clear up the misunderstanding by stating that she only cooks for Fujimiya because he is unable to do so. The fact that Fujimiya has a girlfriend who takes care of him made Fujimiya's mother very happy. Fujimiya informed Sheena that his mother stops listening to other things once she starts talking. After that, she asked for Mahira's phone number. In reply to this, Fujimiya told her mother to go home. When Fujimiya's mother went home, Fujimiya apologizes to Sheena for the misunderstanding. Sheena was happy to see how much his mother loved him, and to tell him how lucky he was. Before his mother came, he gave his apartment keys to Mahiru, who gave them to him back. He tells her that every time he opens the door, it hurts. So he wants her to keep it. He tells her that she can give him the keys when they stop hanging out, but for the time being, she can keep them because he trusts her. It made Sheena happy. The earlier exam results were announced at school the following day. With 985 points, Amani placed 21st, and Sheena placed first with 1180 points. In honor of Sheena's accomplishment, he presents her with a cake. He was informed by Sheena that he didn't have to buy this because it didn't stand out in any way. She was informed by him that it was merely a small reward for her hard work. When Sheena ate it, she was overjoyed. It almost looks like she was eating it. After a very long time. After that, she hands the cake to Fujimiya. Despite her surprise, he ate it anyway. The next day at school, Chidis asked Fujimiya for a Christmas party at his house, to which he replied, no. But after some convincing, he was ready, but only if they finished before dinner. The same day at home, he asked Sheena about her plans for Christmas Eve. She says the friends I have are with their boyfriends, and when she was asked to go out by boys, she declined everyone's request. When Mahiru asks him about his plans, he replies that Chidis and Itsuki are arriving at his home for a Christmas party, which Mahiru says she will not attend until the party is over. Fujimiya says thank you to her, and says that he would be happy if she would come to his home to spend Christmas Eve with him after the party. When Mahiru asked Fujimiya what they planned to do, he began to think. Suddenly, Mahi says he wants to play video games, as she has never done so before. Fujimiya agrees to this. On Christmas Day, Cheetahs and Itsuki arrive at his home. And we were joking with Fujimiya. Suddenly the snow began to fall. Mahiru Shina was seen when Cheetahs Sayan and Itsuki went outside to see the snow. After seeing that the neighbor Fujimiya was talking about was the angel, they were shocked. Cheetahs was surprised and suddenly screamed when Fujimiya ran to see what had happened and saw Mahiru. After that, Shina joins them and explains everything to both of them, about how she and Fujimiya had their encounter, because his diet was not healthy, and to repay his favor, she started making dinner for him. After hearing their situation, Itsuki tells them they almost look like a married couple. However, Shina and Fujimiya clarify they don't have any ulterior motives for each other. Fujimiya told Cheetahs and Itsuki not to tell anyone at school, because it would cause them unnecessary trouble. As for Shina, both of them agreed not to tell anyone because they are enamored with Shina's beauty. However, when she tries to touch his face, Amain stops her and tells her to watch her manners. Cheetahs asked Shina if they could be friends, and she happily agreed. After they left, Fujimiya apologized for his friend's troubles. However, Shina enjoyed meeting such interesting people the next day on Christmas, just as planned. Shina is playing video games. But due to her lack of experience, Shina was facing some difficulties. So Fujimiya holds Shina's hand and guides her, but when Amani realizes that he is touching her, he quickly steps back and apologizes. Shina was a bit surprised but not mad, because Fujimiya is not a stranger. She was so engrossed in the game that she followed the character's movements and fell on his lap. She was embarrassed, but Fujimiya started laughing because it was cute. After the game ended, Shina told Fujimiya that she really enjoyed it. And Fujimiya gave Shina a Christmas gift for winning the game. It is a key case for the apartment key that he gave her earlier. Shina was really happy after seeing his sense of style, as she typically doesn't wear fashionable clothes every day. She didn't expect his sense of style to be good, but she tells him that his style was better in middle school. He explains that the reason was her mother, but then asks, how did she know about his style in middle school? Shina tells the story from a photo that his mother sent her. After hearing this, he became really worried about what else his mother would send Shina. Shina also gives him a Christmas present. It is a scarf, and he felt happy to receive it. Seeing Shina smile with a straight face, Fujimiya tells her how cute she looks while smiling. And before he further spoke, she got embarrassed and covered his face with a scarf. She went outside. It was cold, so Fujimiya put a shawl on her. He thanked her for the last 2 months. Shina also thanked him. The next day, she came to cook dinner. However, he notices Shina is a bit red. He tells her to check her fever. Her temperature is 38.4 degrees Celsius, according to the thermometer. He told her to rest and that he would make dinner today. However, she tells him that she is fine, and that she'll cook dinner. Seeing that she is stubborn, he picks her up and asks where she wants to rest. Shina didn't want Fujimiya to see her apartment, so she told him to take her to his room. So he put her on his bed. When he tries to leave the room, Shina grabs her pants and wishes him good night, worrying that she might escape. Fujimiya holds her hand and tells her that he will not leave until she sleeps. The next day, after waking up, Fujimiya went to check on Shina's fever. She still has some left. So he gave her some rice porridge and gelatin. After she ate it, he sat down and waited until Shina fell asleep. Shina tells him over the phone that no one looked after her except Koyuki's son, that her housekeeper looked after her like he did, and that she was alone in her house after Koyuki left. Fujimiya assures her that with him being here, she will not end up alone. He blushingly said that he can't see the person who spends all his time getting sick, and then tells her to sleep, so that she can regain her strength. Shina agreed to his word and went to sleep, and Fujimiya held her hand until she went to sleep. Wait for the next episode until it comes out, then click the subscribe button below.